I'm still working on Trish's music box for her Zither. I put a strip of oak up here in the front of it. This is where I will attach the handle and the latch. And then over here I put an little oak brace. I've got 2 more oak braces cut to go along the side here. I don't have enough clamps to clamp everything at once, so this is about dry. I'll take this loose in a little bit and then I'll clamp these on. She wants a little section over here. The Zither's shaped about like this, and she wants a little section here to put picks and doodads and stuff. So I'm going to section the box off and build an inside layer to it. And once I get that done, that'll be the bottom layer of the box. I've got the lid here, which I'll reinforce and rework. And once I get that all together, it'll just be a matter of putting the handles on it, the hinges, the latches, painting it all up, coating the inside with some felt or something like that, and velvet, felt, whatever you call that stuff. And then she'll have her honking little music case. Alrighty, the front and the back piece dried, so I clamped on the side pieces. I've also got a couple of pieces of oak that I'm going to put back in here, because my hinges will go here to hinge the lid, and I want it to be hinged in something a lot thicker than just the plywood exterior. So we'll put that piece of oak right up under there. It fits nice and snug between the top and the bottom brace. That'll give me something strong for my hinges there. Yeah, once these get dry and I get this other part glued in, I can make the little shelf that my honey baby wants in there, and then I can start working on the lid down there. Okay, so here's my handle that I'm going to use for this thing. When I used to work in the leather shop, we would take a piece of leather like this and make a handle for, well, like an antique trunk. I'll show you. I think I've got one. Well, I've got one sitting right here. See the handle on this trunk? Well, that's just a piece of leather with a little metal plate over each end of it and a screw down through the leather there. And what you can do is, you know, you can put a screw in one end of this and then pucker it up in the middle, put a screw in the other end, and then you got a little handle. If you want to get fancy and make one of those little leather plates, metal plates to go over this, you can hammer one out and do that too. I asked Honey Baby if she wanted to buy a fancy handle, if she'd be happy with something that I made, and she said, you know, she'd be fine if I want to make her one up. Kind of keeps the old-fashioned look, so that's what I'll use, is something about like that. Of course, I can't do anything till this gets through drying and I paint it and everything. But I thought what I'd do is just put a bolt through, you know, maybe two bolts through each side of this with a screw on the back side here that I can countersink down in there so that it's sunk down in the wood. And that way I don't have to worry about it pulling out or coming loose. That'll be good and strong for that. And I hadn't quite figured out what I'm going to use for a latch. Think about using a small door screen latch. That would work. Although I got some latches on some old banjo cases upstairs there, but you know, to be honest with you, I don't know if they're any better than something like that or not. Anyway, that's where we're going. Alright, now that I got that done, the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and make the little piece that's going to run right along here. Honey Baby said she wanted to have a square box with a little side over here to put things in. So, and I've left enough room around the side for some padding and you know, some felt or velvet or whatever we're going to put inside this thing. So I'm going to come up with a little piece that goes right in here, something about like that. Figure out how to make that work and go ahead and put that in place. I think there's a law that says you can't do anything unless you've got every tool you own attached to it. That seems to be the way this is going. I put this little piece that separates out the box here, and I've got the piece of wood on the side of it there. And I also added another piece of oak inside here. I got to thinking that it would probably make more sense to have the Zither lay on its flat side when you pick it up than on the side that's curved here. So I reinforced this side so I could have a choice. I could put the handle over here also. Plus the way this comes up here, it kind of reinforces this top anyway. So anyway, that's what I've done. Of course, I'm at a point where I'll wait for the glue to dry again, then I'll come back to this and we'll make some more progress.